This is the upper floor of the area I mentioned before. There's a fair chunk of guards here, so we gotta play it a little bit safe. Or overuse our timepiece, which is obviously quite useful.
I can't hear anything. It'd be easier if we could open the door and get closer. You sure the combination you saw doesn't work?
I got a glimpse of Stilton's notebook last month, but he must have changed the combination since then.
Damn. What are they doing?
Come on, someone could show up any minute.
Stop crying. For once, something interesting is happening. If a bunch of drunk aristocrats are having an orgy, I don't want to miss it.
Who would?
I bet it's a seance, with spirit boards and candles. Stilton invited that eccentric lady from the Royal Conservatory, Brianna Ashworth.
Shit, I heard something. Move.
I understand their curiosity. Now they're going to pretend, oh no, we weren't there, we weren't listening, we're just being guards, don't mind us. We need to go here though, to the backyard. We need to get the actual code from said notebook. And if we're up here, we can sneak behind. The back courtyard. This place is pretty heavily guarded. In the present, that is. Past. Sorry, I keep messing it up. But you know what I mean. Maybe you don't know what I mean. That's fine. Either way, if you sort of stay to the side here, you'll be better. If we tried to shift immediately there, we would have been right in the middle of Bloodfly Nest. But if you stick to the sides here, and high up, you'll be fine.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
And finally, we find him.
One day young Luca will go too far. May I live to see that day. Theo, forgive me. When tonight is over, the Duke will have to trust me. I'll know his secrets too well. Or will that make me too dangerous to keep around? No, the Duke couldn't possibly touch me. This city is nothing without the mines. Perhaps he could run them without me, through lackeys and bureaucrats. Everything I've built run like a butcher shop.
Isn't it laundry day yet?
What would you think of all this, Theo? Your son is a disaster. But what can I do except serve him the best I can?
Perhaps I can help.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight. What effect is knocking Stilton unconscious going to have on the present?
Well, before we go back, I need to check the notebook. 377. Now let's dodge the guards. And we have what we need. Let's see what we just changed.
Just one time.
Ice.
Is that too much to ask?
I'm long overdue for a day to myself, to do whatever I want.
We changed everything. This is one of the cooler moments in the game. By knocking Stilton unconscious, he doesn't go to the seance, and his mind remains intact. And with him still alive and well, the place remains beautiful. If you try to go in here in the present, you run right into a maid walking around. So we're still gonna go through the past. But now, all of a sudden, the past can be dangerous because of all the guards. And now you have to kind of be careful in the present as well. There's not a lot of guards around, but there are workers and servants and maids and stuff. And if they see you for long enough, they will detect you, and, well, there goes your ghost playthrough.
Hello?
But it's better than fighting all these guards. So we're gonna sit here and wait for a while until the maid won't see us. If you try to just walk in, she sees you right when you're there and then panics.
I'm not the one who did the kissing.
Wrong. Last time I had a day off was in the month of ice. I'm long overdue for a day to myself, to do whatever I want.
Coins for that cat lab?
I'll get the cigars
No more,
tomorrow.
thank you.
Wanna buy
This
one?
is a dump anyway.
I wonder how much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home. I want to beat up the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years in the silver mines. But go ahead, he won't be back until very late tonight. He's throwing a party for one of the miners who's retiring.
They broke the mold when they made old Aramis Stilton.
Yeah, so true. It's really the man's heart that's made of silver.
And he seems to be just as nice a person as ever.
I told her once.
Stilton's house is as it should be. He'll never know.
Really, no one will ever know. We changed time. As far as they know, it always was this way.
I don't care what's going on. I'm going to concentrate on my duties. I'm no hero.
It wouldn't last a day. Stench. Why do I always have to be right?
Back here, we still need to deal with the guards, though. We have the code now, so we can enter the study. Let's drop this guy... well, here, I guess. That'll do. And now we go back here, and we remember they were supposed to build, but then it stopped. But now that Aramis is fine, they finished the building. And so we find the extension to the house. Whatever Stilton wanted or got, this is it. Seems to be a nice little office. The main interest for us is that bone charm, but you can see here that they finished building and everything was really good. Bone charm is acrobat, kind of useful. And as we can see, that Stilton is still fighting for the rights of the miners, which Duque Lucabel not too particularly happy about. That's mostly what we find here, though. The new and changed manor in the present doesn't have a ton of treasure, so you don't have to worry about exploring the entire place 3 times in old, present, past, and new present. You're mostly fine just doing it twice. In here, the study is closed, and there is no way to make it through, so we need to go back into the past to do just that.
Could be some sort of madman or cutthroat or pickpocket. Just my luck.
377.
An entire shipment of whale oil tanks.
Maybe the overseers are right for wanting to burn this place to the ground. Things seem to be the worst here. The 2 times are overlapping somehow.
To begin, where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions.
In this shattered time-space of past and present colliding, we finally get to see what happened on that fateful night that changed everything. So without further interruption, here we go.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait! You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
And that's it. We've seen what we've come here to see.
The void beyond the world is strange. I won't ever understand all I've seen.
It keeps repeating.
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
You can hear him say that lovely line however many times you want.
Here, returned from forever.
It's super exciting. Way more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended as well, honestly. So, you know, there's that. Back into quote-unquote proper time. Once we pass the threshold here, we can use the timepiece again. And now we are done. We have found what we needed to find. So we can just go home. It's up to you if you want to try to walk the past or walk the present. If you walk the present, you're generally fine. Try not to stay close to people for too long. They will get angry at you. But just walking around the area a little bit, sort of, it's nice to see how much better the place looks now. But again, there's not much stuff you can actually pick up. And now, we can go and end it all.
Get out of my face.
Oh, looks like one guy saw us. Let's move away from him.
Now I'm pain. So what happens when you're half starved all the time?
He's made a dog's breakfast out of the whole thing. And who's got to clean it up? Me, of course, as always.
There's a normal door now, no Jindosh lock. And we can walk right back to the Dust District. Well, we can almost walk right back to the Dust District.
Look around you. A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again. It's where they made me.
This
part of the void feels old.
This is particularly interesting, finding out a little bit more of what exactly is going on with the outsider and the void. It'll still be very vague, but...
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the wounds only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I waited too long. blood ran out. And I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place. The island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it.
You even get a little bit of motivation why he is supposedly on our side.
You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
This place, by the way, is one of the best places to use the heart on your enemies, to listen to everything it has to say, if you want to.
The world is full of secrets.
Finally.
All right, back to the skiff. Sokolov should be waiting.
Back to some normalcy.
Maybe I just won't pay at all. Who's gonna say anything?
Slow down, flow forward, did Marco say? Apparently the family committee made a request.
Too much dust was pissing down.
At least Stilton listens to them. More than I can say for the Grand Guard.
Yeah, the Duke is rotten and it spreads out from there. But Airman Stilton is a good man.
I'll tell him you said that. He drinks at my brother's pub.
He knows we appreciate him. Karnaca has problems, but it could be a lot worse here in this district.
I got news for them. It ain't never safe for the likes of me.
The Dust District certainly has changed. In fact, it's not really called the Dust District anymore, it's just the Batista District.
Approval for the new ventilation shaft? It'll mark a real victory. More air means less dusty lung.
Lucia Pastor, right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me, or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos.
And who do you think I am?
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way, we haven't been sitting around waiting for you to clean up your mess.
Sounds like you have a plan.
No, nothing that solid. Not yet. But I believe the Duke will fall, eventually. All I can say is that when you reach the Grand Palace, just be aware that not everyone there is your enemy. Trust your judgment.
All right. I'll remember that.
Anyway, good luck. There's still a chance to make something new here in Karnaca. Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title.
I'll try.
There's always so much to do. So little time to think.
Lucia Pastor and Stilton still being alive bodes well for the future of Karnaca. And on a purely reward level, making this choice means that you can access some more runes and bone charms that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. In Lucia's place, there is this. Strong lungs, not particularly mega useful.
This is the Duke of Serkonos. At the request of Aramis Stilton, I'm told I need to present another set of awards to my for safety. Certainly not productivity this time. You should all thank Stilton. The only one of you lazy rich worth anything. Back to work, all of you. This is the Duke of Serkonos. Another thing. While all the prominent city leaders attended the most recent palace dinner, yes, it's true, I excluded Vice Overseer Liam Byrne. Contrary to what the Abbey believes, I do not hate him. But no one tells me when to stop drinking. And how is it possible to eat when someone is sermonizing on the risks of consuming vermin? Why is this even a question? Whoever wanted to eat rat flesh in the first place? Apart from the Fort Smith, they're excluded from house.
He's really not happy. Which makes me happy. There's a few more things before we get out of here. A black bone charm, a rune, and a normal bone charm. So no more wall of light in this area, no more guards, everything seems so much nicer. It's one of the most feel-good things in the game, honestly. Making that decision and noticing how much you actually improved the place. I'm sure the Howlers and the Overseers still exist, but...
I've heard that Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family committee.
Smooth.
What's her name again?
Very smooth.
Lucia Pastor. Well, she's supposed to talk to Stilton soon about new safety rules for the mines. Fewer hours for the children working down there, too.
Why does Pastor care in the first place? She isn't one of us. Never seen her carrying a pick or a shovel.
There's a rumor that she was in love with a miner. Someone who died in an accident. They say his body's still under the mountain, buried in silver.
I think Lucia Pastor just has a good heart and a strong will.
Well, if Stilton listens to what she has to say, instead of following every idiotic request coming from the Grand Palace, I won't complain.
Stilton's not a bad man. I bet things would be a lot worse without him running the mines.
They would indeed.
Maybe no one will even notice, but things have changed here for the better.
In more ways than you can imagine, they have changed. First, let's pick up this black bone charm. Leech cuts, semi-useful. But here's the big change.
You will get what's coming to him, Megan. Leaders rise and fall.
You're back. That was quick.
When we changed Aramis Stilton's fate, we also changed Megan's fate. On that night, there was no problem at the manor, and she never lost her arm nor her eye.
It must have been strange for you to be back here, Corvo. Changed by time, yet still the same.
Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself. But I guess you found the place. Years back, Stilton was always quiet about the Duke. I never figured out just why. Lucky for the miner, let's get back to the dreadful whale.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes. I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne, and I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go.